Hello and welcome to Getting Going on Azure with Datagriff, and today we're going to be creating a container instance in the portal. The first thing to do is navigate to portal.azure.com, and then in the top left hand corner click the little hamburger, click All Services, and then in All Services just start typing container instances, and there it is, so click on that. Click Create, and this is the basic configuration of our container instance. So subscription, I'm going to pick my teaching subscription, and the resource group, I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to call it My Container RG, where RG stands for resource group. I click OK. The container name, I'm going to call My Container EUN Griff. So the EUN is just going to stand for North Europe, for the region that I create in a moment, and I usually postfix things with my name Griff just to make sure that they're globally unique. So I'm going to click in the drop down and find North Europe for the region, as that's the closest one to me. I'm going to use the Docker Hub as my image source. I'm going to leave the image type as public, and what I'm going to do is choose the Microsoft/ACI Hello World image. And so this should give us a nice basic Docker image for us to get to grips with. The OS type I'm going to leave as Linux. I'm going to leave the size as is. And click Next. For networking, for the DNS, I'm going to call that the same as my container for now, just to make sure it's globally unique. So that'll be My Container EUN Griff. And you can see that the way we'll be able to get to this container is that name plus North Europe Azure Container.io. I'm going to leave the ports as is. I'm not going to do anything with the advanced or tagging at the moment, so I'm going to just review and create. The validation is passed, and so I'm going to create my container instance. The container now starts to deploy, which will take a few moments. Great, our deployment is complete, so now we can go to our container instance resource by clicking Go to Resource. We're now in our container instance, and if we want to navigate to our container to see our Hello World app, we can click Copy to Clipboard, go up to our browser, paste that in the URL, go there, and you can see this is our Hello World container instance. So that's a very basic setup, creating an Azure container in the Azure portal. And as we're not going to use this now, we're going to go back to our resource group, and just to clean up and save costs, we're going to delete our resource group, copy the name, paste that in, and delete. So that was a very quick tour of creating a container instance in the Azure portal. I hope you've enjoyed that today, and I'll see you again on Getting Going on Azure with Datagriff.